All right, good afternoon from the so far out west. They call it east again, although on this desktop it is Le Colisée de Quebec. I just double checked, even in their World Hockey Association days, the Quebec Nordiques, they did, in fact, play in the same venue, the same building, so we're going to go with that here. And starting in goal for Quebec, actually, before I forget to do that, I'm going to use the 2D10 and it was Richard Broder. I figured probably for the first couple of games of a season project they would go with their number one. Let's see if they decide to bring anybody else into this game. That is an 18, so we're going to go Broder. They're 40% of starts. Corsi 24, Broderick 29%. I don't know how you'd make up the other 7%, but I'll worry about that later on. So it's going to be Richard Broder getting the assignment in net again here for the Nordiques. And the Nordiques, I'm going to call them either the TV or YouTube champion for this. I'm leaning toward the latter, calling them the YouTube champion. Kind of a pro wrestling hockey crossover thing. I did it for a previous project as well. And just the idea being that when I show a game from this project, as long as the Nordiques remain unbeaten, as long as they keep winning, I'll probably feature them against another team, another opponent. So I have excluded, I'm going to take this card off the top right now before I forget to, the Indianapolis Racers, because the Nordiques have already played them a couple of times. So it's going to be one of the other half dozen teams here. And before I shuffle them, I guess I can show them off. We have the New England Whalers, Houston Aeros. I handle these delicately because, as you can see, we're here with the Stingers card. Some of the paint's already coming off them. The Cincinnati Stinger, the ink. The Cincinnati Stingers, the Birmingham Bulls. But again, I like this, though. It's kind of like there's snow on the card or whatever. Like I can see it being, pasted to or plastered on the boards. Anyway, the Winnipeg Jets one has held up well. I wonder if that's symbolic or significant of something. The Edmonton Oilers there, it's a bit chippy, and that's going to bring us back to the New England Whalers. So I'm going to mix these up a little bit. I'm just going to kind of shuffle them lightly and try not to look at them. And the opponent that comes from this mix, the team that comes from this mix, I should say first, will be the Nordiques opponent for their next game. So again, they are 2-0 right now, and they are the only team of the 8 World Hockey Association teams with that still has a perfect record after that home and home series to start off the season. I had the Birmingham Bulls play the New England Whalers. The Winnipeg Jets and the Edmonton Oilers played one another. They hand deliver mutual beatdowns to one another as well. There was an 8-3 game and then an 8-2 game for the other team. And let's see, besides that, it was, the Houston Aeros, and they played the Cincinnati Stingers in their first couple. And it was the Nordiques and the Racers that kicked this project off. And it'll be the Nordiques again here, and they've drawn the Cincinnati Stingers. So I would say, and I will say, that this should be a relatively easy TV title defense here for the Quebec Nordiques. However, this is the World Hockey Association, and already from playing with these cards, and I'm sure that PJ can attest to this as well. He's doing, not with DoC, he's playing with another game. His what's it called? Not the Unoriginal Six, but now that I'm on the spot, I'm blanking on it. His World Hockey Association 6-team league that he has going. That the point that I was originally going to get to there prior to that digression is that a team can be down by several goals in a game. They're not out of it because it's the WHA. And yeah, they're just not. So before this sweats anymore, I thought I'd use something different here for the iced coffee. And that's going to start dripping all over the rink. Anyway, it is hot here. I waited yesterday. I waited for it to go below 30 Celsius before going outside. I think at 10 o'clock, it was after 10 o'clock at night, it finally went to 29. By then, I didn't even really feel like going for a walk. Anyway, to start things off here, we're going to have the Cincinnati Stingers. I'm not going to use the puck because I forget to move it around anyway. So I'm just going to say it's the Cincinnati Stingers, and that is Claude LaRose, former Montreal Canadian. Claude LaRose with the puck. And courtesy of that Joker, it's going to be the Nordiques defense breaking it up and taking it away from him. And now, speaking of the Nordiques, a team player with it the other way, Joker, it's my choice. Let's go with Christian Bordelot then. So Christian Bordelot here, 6. Team can make a play. They need an 8 to 10 actually to make a play. That's somewhat surprising. It's much lower for some other teams. Anyway, it's going to be the Stingers with possession again here early. The Nordiques may be feeling some of the pressure playing at home here on TV, the TV or YouTube champion. But with that blackjack, I won't injure him, but I will take the puck away from Harris. So let that card get away from me there. Slip my grip. Anyway, it's going to be JC Tremblay here with it. And Tremblay, the Red Jacks. We look here. Red Jacks will indeed penetrate the Cincinnati Stingers defense. So Tremblay, he feeds it inside to Bob Fitchner. Fitchner with the 3, fans on the shot. And with the 10, the other direction, it's going to be Ron Plum. Ron Plum here, the 5, unable to get anything done with that. And got a double check. So full disclosure, I think we're about 19, we're 19 cards in. That's actually the problem. 12 and a half minutes into the period, and there should actually be 20 cards. So somewhere there, I only flipped 3 where I should have flipped 4. Anyway, I'm not going to go back and undo everything now. It's going to be Tardif. I've heard his name called in both ways, and Tardif with the 8, and he gets it to Real Cloutier. Cloutier winds up, and with the 8, the Nordiques are on the board. They've scored here for the first goal at Le Colisée. So, taking a 1-0 lead here. Mark Tardif, who right now leads this project. It's not really a straight replay, but this project in scoring. He has 3 goals and 7 points already in only 2 games played. And he has set up Real Cloutier, so he has another point here. He has a point already in this game. It is Cloutier from Tardif, and let's get the secondary assist, the Jack of Diamonds. So Bob Fitchner there picking up the secondary helper. I think I'm going to keep these cards over here. And away we go with it here. It's 1-0 now for the Nordiques, and that would be about 15 minutes in. So to the 17.5-minute mark with the 4 of hearts, that's going to be Tardif here with it once more. A 9. Tardif, who's he going to set up this time? This time he feeds it to Real Cloutier again. And the Queen of Spades, we have to come over. Dion has made a great save. He only lets the puck in on Kings and Red Queens. We're going to keep playing here. 1-0 for Quebec. 1-0 for Quebec. Rick Dudley now with it here. Final 2.5 minutes of the period. Dudley with the 4, but he needed a 5. So after one period of play, it is 1-0 for the Nordiques. Back for period 2. And in the first 2.5 minutes, the exchange of impact. The puck will go to Cloutier here once more. Cloutier with a 7, again, just narrowly missing being able to set somebody up with a chance to score. So we're 2.5 minutes into period 2, still 1-0 Quebec. But the Nordiques will maintain the puck here. That is Jean Bernier with the puck. Jean Bernier, he's going to be able to get through the Stingers' defense. And on to Matty Hagman. Matty Hagman with the 10, which is pretty much a guaranteed goal. Et le but! Sorry if that was bad. I know the word for goal. I just, on the spot, I can't pronounce it very well. I might just stick with scores. Anyway, so it is in grade school. I was a lot better in certain grades with my French. But anyway, le but. I gotta listen. Anyway, it's 2-0 Quebec. Matty Hagman scored, assisted by Jean Bernier. And 4 here with the... Basically, I don't know if it's more insulting if I try and fail or if I just don't try in terms of having a Francais accent. Anyway, so 4 of diamonds there. It's Real Cloutier picking up another point in this one. So Cloutier now with the goal and the assist. And it's 2-0 Quebec. We continue on now. It's going to be... I believe it's Barry Legge with the puck. Sorry if I have his name wrong. With the ace, what he is going to be able to do is set up a team player. The team player, the Queen. Let's go with Deadmarsh. Deadmarsh here with another 2. So Cincinnati's still not on the board. And with the 6, the other way with it is Paul Baxter. Baxter, who I believe had 4 assists in Quebec's second game. But with a 5, he's going to be unable to set anybody up with the chance to score here. And let's see here, the 8 this time, it's going to be Matty Hagman. He's looking for another point with the 9. That's a good bid for it. Hagman, he sets up Norm Dubé inside. Dubé with the 9, and we have a 3-0 game. Et le but for Quebec. He scores! So, 3-0 here. Dubé from Hagman. Right? Dubé from Hagman. Yes. And 8 of hearts, which would be Dubé again. So just 1 assist on the goal, 3-0. I know we're getting late in the period, but we're not quite there yet. I'll check after this sequence. We're Real Cloutier. Inside setup to a team player, joker. I can pick anybody. Let's go back to Christian Bordelot. Try to get him on the board again. We're rewarding him with extra ice time, and Bordelot there with a narrow miss. Another good save there for Michael Dion. So by my count, courtesy of a couple of team cards and secondary assists, we have 5 minutes to go here. 2 sequences in the period 2 here. Finally, it's going to be the Stingers with a possession. Feels like it's been a while, but I don't shuffle perfectly. Once again, that is Harris getting jacked out. I'll shuffle differently after the second period. I'll go back to the Brian Martin way. Thought I had them shuffled well enough. Anyway, honest human mistake. That is going to benefit and play into the hands, I believe, of Jerry Lariviere here, right? Yes, Lariviere here with the puck. And, right, because the jack and then the 2-5, sure. Okay, so Lariviere. And with the 7, he sets up, I got to give it to Tardif. And that is as good as gone and done. So 4-0 here for Quebec. I guess if you like blowouts, but again, remember what I said prior to the game. Just because they're down by 4, this is the World Hockey Association. So at least for the first sequence, the first 4 sequences of the third period, the Stingers could still be in comeback territory. After that, it's probably pretty long, or gone with a long before it. Did I say that right? Yes. Anyway, just a moment here. Second intermission. Back for period 3 and 4-0 after 2. If it's this much of a non-competitive dud, I might not even end up uploading this one. Anyway, Barry Legge, let's see if he can penetrate the Nordiques defense here. With that play of the Queen of Spades, we come over here. Kings, Queens, Am, Red, Jacks, indeed. Legge sets up someone on the inside. That someone is Peter Marsh. Marsh needs a 5 or greater where he's jokered out. So, maintaining possession with it now. It is Norwich. Norwich here with the ace. He gets through. He gets it on to Robbie Fatorik. And Fatorik with the 2, but that's all he needs. The Cincinnati Stingers here, 5 minutes into period 3, are on the board. They have scored at Le Colisée. And it is a 4-1 hockey game here. Robbie Fatorik from Norwich. I got to double check on his first name. I want to say Cam Norwich. And when I say Cam, I mean Craig. I paused and double checked. It is Craig Norwich here picking up the primary helper. The secondary goes to the 4 of diamonds. That would be Pat Stapleton. And we play on here, approaching 7.5 minutes. It's the Stingers with it again. All Cincinnati here in period 3. Plum feeds it on to Hislop. Hislop with the king of diamonds. We have a 4-2 hockey game here. The Cincinnati Stingers cutting the Quebec Nordiques lead in half down to 2. Hislop from Ron Plum and the clubs. That's going to be Hugh Harris? Hugh Harris, correct. Gotta get all these Stingers players' names memorized. Anyway, that is Claude LaRose. That is a name I know. And LaRose with the 10. So approaching minute 10 now. The Cincinnati Stingers here. LaRose with the 10. So he's able to feed it through. He gets it on to Hugh Harris. The aforementioned Hugh Harris looking for another point. The Jack of Hearts, unfortunately, Richard Brodeur finally making a good save here, bailing his team out. Where now it's Bill Gilligan with it. And Gilligan with the ace. He sets up Robbie Fatorik on the inside. Fatorik with the 7. We have a 1-goal game. I don't know, folks. I don't know if we'll have a different winner here, but did I call this in advance or what? Robbie Fatorik here now. The Cincinnati Stingers back to within 1. The Nordiques, they didn't show up for the third period. And the Jack of Clubs means that Norwich, Craig Norwich, will get the secondary helper on that one. Fatorik now has a pair of goals. This is a 4-3 hockey game. That was Fatorik from Bill Gilligan and Craig Norwich about 10 minutes in. And finally, the Nordiques with the possession. That's Bob Fitchner. Bob Fitchner, unfortunately, unable to set anyone up with a chance to score. Where the Nordiques will maintain possession. This time it is Norm Dubé, the 6th. That will work for Dubé. And Dubé gets it on to Cloutier with the dagger. Cloutier here, 5-3. The Stingers now will be running out of time. Indeed, we have 2.5 minutes to go by my count. So Cloutier there again. As mentioned there, kind of with the dagger. Anyway, it was Cloutier from, oh goodness. But again, one of many things I like about this game, you can go back and double check easily enough. So it was Norm Dubé with the first assist, and with the second assist, it's going to Serge Bernier, actually. So, one more sequence here, and it's Robbie Fatorik. Oh, the Stingers, Fatorik, inside but jokered out. So the Quebec Nordiques finally decide to play defense in the final sequence of the game. 5-3 is your final score. But boy, in the first 10 minutes of the third period, did the Stingers really sort of put the sting to in or on the Nordiques there and gave Quebec a scare there in the first 10 minutes of period 3. I was fighting it in this one. I kind of half don't even want to upload this one. Probably, to be honest, had it finished like 6-0 Quebec or something like that, I might not have bothered. But at least, you know, in spite of me, if not and not because of me, the Stingers did manage to work their way back into the game here, make it 5-3 final score. This is already 15 minutes, above 15 minutes. That's definitely more than long enough, I guess, for a video with a single game of DoC hockey in it. But yeah, it was Tardif picking up at least one more point. Cloutier with a couple of points as well. Cloutier there with that dagger insurance goal in the end. And the Quebec Nordiques will improve to an undefeated 3-0, where I know, other than the Racers, who are 0-2 so far, still without a win, the other 6 teams were all 1-1 after their home-and-home series, so that means that the Stingers will fall to 1-2. I've yet to decide. Early in a schedule, I kind of leave it more open to multiple choice. I might do actually a video, like a topic talk, a desktop discourse about that this week, and in addition to a Hockey Bones confessional, and some other things that that I have on the go that I like to surprise and be surprised. And so normally I don't like to plan things ahead of time, but I do have a couple of things, some non-play videos, I guess, in my mind that are coming up shortly there, I think. All right. Thanks. Bye for now.